Now we're back. Okay. I switched over to a different screen and all of a sudden my computer went nuts up.
No.
Okay. Alright. So starting off the top, with John. Or Cody, rather. Cody, you were up first, buddy. Okay. That was some technical issues tonight. No big deal. Mhm. Okay, so you're wanting to walk forward to the group of bats in front of me. Okay. I want to make that available to do that. All right, so Green Knight, you make your way over to the group. Okay. And so from there, what are you doing? Or rather, what's the result of your roll? I should ask. I don't know. I always get nervous when I know people are watching and stuff or something like that. I always get super nervous when it's just me and my friends. No big deal. But every single time, doesn't matter. I just always get stage fright, especially when I'm worried about things not working out correctly because I need to actually do a bunch of computer maintenance to my computer right now because I've been doing so much content creation, and so I was worried about it being bogged down. And sure enough, it is. Yeah, we're just gonna make it through this. You rolled an 18 fantastic to hit the first robot. So it takes 26 damage and just stunned. Very good. Okay. So we got a couple of different options here. The cool thing about roll 20 is, sorry, we can do all kinds of stuff once we're on here. Um, like showing different, you know, deals or whatever. But you attack this guy right here, okay, and end up hitting him for 26 points of damage. Very good. Um, you see that's giving him significant damage. In fact, Cody, you lop one of the robot's arms off completely. Okay, it's taking significant damage, but it's not down yet. All right, is that going to end your turn? End your turn. Very good. So next up, we have Lee, or the Taekwon Ghost.
Right on. I'm just going to Run up to the nearest enemy and make a punch with one of my little phantom limbs.
Okay, so you attack with one of your phantom limbs. Go ahead and make a attack, please.
Alright.
So you're attacking the same one that Cody just did a second ago. That's missing one arm.
Fantastic.
All right. The blow that you deliver him is enough to destroy him. Okay, as he explodes. Okay, with that tremendous blow from your ghost limbs. Okay.
Right.
So one robot down. At least they're not, too bad. Couple of knocks around, and you guys end up gotten one down. Cisco. Oh, I'm sorry, Lee. Is that in your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Cisco. That brings us to you, buddy. Or Brian. And Brian, I believe it is your turn when you're ready.
Yeah. I'm gonna move over to John and Lee as well.
All right.
And I am gonna do an electrical burst on bot number 2.
Okay. You electrical burst to bot number 2. Very good. Go ahead and make me an attack.
An 11, fantastic.
An 11, fantastic. So, your electrical burst, it actually ends up missing the robot as he's able to dodge out of the way. Okay. However, it strikes the cargo container behind it. Okay. The cargo container itself, because due to its its conductivity, ends up doing minor damage to each one of the bots in tandem, arcing through them. Okay. So you don't end up destroying any of the bots. You don't do significant amount of damage to any of the bots, but you do a little bit of damage to each one. Okay.
Okay. I got 14 points of damage.
About right. Yeah. So we'll say that's pretty much distributed through them. I'm going to give about half on each of them. Okay. So it'll be 7 points of damage for each one of the bots. Okay.
And
That's just because technically you missed, but you missed up. You failed up. So.
And because it was a fantastic, would that still stun them for 1 round? Because that's the trigger for a fantastic.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say that these groups, because of them being with the electricity, that it does run haggard or run havoc on their systems, and so they end up they're going to be stunned for 1 round. Okay. Will that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got incoming. As these robots end up flying up and making their way up to the roof here. Now, they used all their movement and reaction for additional movement to make their way all the way to the roof. They will not be able to attack down at you guys this turn. Okay? These guys, however, are different. So I'm going to pair them up there and there. They end up making their way out. Now, I'm going to make a couple of attacks at the group again. This is going to be an ego. Okay, so it's going to be an electrical burst from them. Okay, it's going to be a 5 and 11 plus 2, so is a 13 going to hit. Who's my first guy there? Brian. Will I end up hitting you, Cisco?
Yes, but I'm gonna use standard one of my movement reactions and blank and teleport over.
So you teleport and move on the other side right over here. Okay, out in the road instead. Okay, I'm going to say that blast from the bot ends up going, and why not hit this guy over here? Okay, and so we're going to do a little bit of damage to that guy. All right,
All right.
just a little bit, not major. And that is going to bring us to the next dude. Lee, I'm going to make a elemental burst at you as well. Okay. I don't think that's going to hit. It's we'll just find out. 5, 6. Does an 8 hit? I'm going to go with no, right, Damon?
I have an ego defense of 10. Sorry, I didn't know I was muted.
You're good. Okay, so it barely misses you. Okay. All right, so going up against our Green Knight here. Okay. Ooh. That's going to be 7 plus 5. That's going to be 12. Then I get a plus 2. 14. Is a 14 going to hit you there, Cody? This is against your ego. Okay, so it's going to be a damage reduction of 1. So I rolled a 5. So that's going to be. You're going to take 5. Okay. You're going to take 5 points of elemental damage. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and attack Mashada. Just in time. Drake or Chris.
Yeah, that's fine. I knew
How you doing? How you doing today, bud?
I'm all right. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm going on to I'm pulling up Roll20 right now.
You're good, man. I've been having technical issues all night, so I assure you're still big deal. It's the least of my concerns. Anyway, so you're actually gonna need to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Okay.
And I'm making some attacks from these little bots out here. I'm going to make an attack against your character. In fact, I already did. Okay. It's going to be a total of a 12. Will a 12 bypass your ego defense?
I'm pulling on my character right now.
Okay.
There
you go.
I'm getting in moment. Okay. I'm getting in right now. I will tell you here in a second. All right. So my initiative modifier is a +1. And you ask about my ego?
Yes, sir.
What were you asking?
Does a 12 bypass your ego defense?
Yes.
Okay. You are going to take, unless you have a damage reduction for your ego, or your damage reduction at all. I don't think you do, right?
I don't have it right now. No.
You're going to take 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage on health?
Yes, you're going to take 10 points of health damage. That's correct. So an elemental burst ends up ringing out. One of these guys over here ends up shooting at Jason and actually hits him. Okay. And Jason, when you get a second, why don't you go ahead and roll me an initiative so we can get.
I did just now. It's a 9.
To 9. Okay. So that's perfect because it's about to be your turn. Now I have one more guy right here. So there's 5 of them and 4 of you. So I'm going to roll a d4. And we're just going to go, Chris, you're going to be 1. Brian, you're going to be 2. Cody, you're going to be 3. And Damon, you're going to be 4. All right. So making an attack, we're going to attack against Cody's character. Does a 13 does hit. Okay, so we have a damage reduction of 1. Okay, so you're going to take another 5 points of damage. Cody.
Right.
Okay.
I would like to interpose if I could.
Yes, you may. You interpose. Okay, so we're going to still take the lower of the 2 defenses, so we're going to end up hitting. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is there something else you'd like to do, or is that it?
No, I'm just gonna like cross my phantom limbs like in the X-Men X and just kind of leap in the way of the attack and try to take the blow from my buddy there.
Yes, you can. However, okay, do you have a damage reduction?
No, I do not.
You were going to take 10 points.
All right.
Okay,
Nope.
so each one of you, except for Brian, has been hit a little bit right now, all getting jostled around. Okay, so that brings us to the bottom of my little dudes because we have all these guys that moved up to the very top, but they're not going to be able to make actions this turn because they used all their movement. These guys down here are stunned. Okay, and these guys have already made their attacks. That brings us to bottom initiative, which is our friend Jason, aka Mayhem. Please go out, and if you would, please go ahead and do a little introduction for yourself and the character you're going to be playing tonight as you begin your turn.
Yeah, well, I'm Chris, or Drake. Drake was a nickname from school, from gaming, and became the name of a comic book shop that I owned for a number of years. And I am playing Jason Winters, a.k.a. Mayhem. He's a telekinetic teleporter. And he's still trying to figure things out, but he's kind of figuring it out pretty quick. Who did the elemental block?
Okay, so far we've attacked each one of you at least once. Okay, and then we attacked at Cody twice. So far, each one of you have been hit at least once, except for Brian, which used a reaction in order to phase through the attack.
Okay, so based on where I'm at, am I standing on the ground over there? Am I in the air?
You were on the ground because I did not take the consideration of your character flying.
Okay. So was I hit by one of these two guys right here?
Yes, you were on the guy closest to you.
Okay, so
This guy right here.
I am going to take to the air, and I am going to I'm going to use a telekinetic attack. I'm going to try to do my best to I'm going to focus on the one that hit me, but I'm going to use him as a battering ram. These are robots, right?
They are robots. Yeah.
I'm going to use him. I'm going to strike him and try to strike him into the one next to him.
Okay.
And I will make a roll. And this is going to be it's ego, right? No, it's logic. It's a logic attack. Sorry. My brain is... I'm here. So I will do my logic. Check. So I got a standard 12.
A 12. Okay.
I don't know if that's going to do it.
12 actually hits it right on the nose.
Okay. And the damage is going to be... It says Marvel times 2 plus 3. So is that the result that was on the Marvel die?
What was the die number on the Marvel?
It was 3.
Okay, so
3 times 2 is 6, plus it'll be 9 points of damage.
Very good. That's this guy right here, right?
I'm switching between screens. Yes, on him.
Okay.
And I'm going to, if I'm levitating, I'm going to reposition myself to above this over here.
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
All right, that'll bring us to top of initiative, which brings us back to Cody. Cody, what are you doing, bud?
Eagle of 11 and -1 DR. What is that?
Continue with the robots in front of me. Make a vicious strike with a sword. All right, make an attack, please. A 17, fantastic. That is going to do some damage, buddy. Tell me about it. 5.
Oh, there's 14 of these robots.
Oh. Yeah. So you're attacking the closest one to us now, so you charge forward and he doesn't have it in his tank to withstand that. Okay. So he is dead. Okay. Or disassembled. Okay. Will that end your turn? Yes, turn. Very good. Okay. All right, that will bring us to Lee, aka Take One Ghost. Take One Ghost. 2 bots right in front of you have already been dismantled. Oh no! Some of the bots have crept up onto the roof up here. Okay, about give or take about 30 or 40 feet above you, and then you got some guys that are firing at you guys from behind. What would you guys like to? What would you like to do?
Could I would like to play off last session a little bit, if I could,
Okay.
and have Mayhem use his mind power to fastball special me up onto the roof.
Okay. Okay. Um.
Do we have to wait till it's my turn to do that?
Well, technically,
I can just wait in the initiative order, just run over to him and just kind of hang out.
okay. So thinking about this, okay. You have a reaction to give there, Chris.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking. Yeah, fastball special is one of my reactions.
Okay. If you can burn a reaction, I see you could totally make that happen because essentially we're counting on you to do so. Okay. I'm going to allow it. Okay. So even though it's not on your turn, this is a reaction. So Lee turns to you.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have to come. He wouldn't even have to come over to me. I could pick him up where he's at and fling him.
So he gives you a knowing glance and tells you and points up to the top. Just for all prehensive purposes, make me an ego check. Or a logic check, sorry.
Logic check? All right. 18 standard.
Awesome.
Where exactly were you thinking?
I was thinking
right there in the middle.
Like right there? Yeah. Right up there in the middle of those guys.
Launches you at them, okay? Alright, so that is going to will you tell us about it? Will you get all the way up there and what happened? Make your attack.
All right.
I can heat up some food.
17 standard.
17 standard. That is
Melee.
definitely going to hit. I'm excited to hear what the total is.
It's a whopping 6 damage.
Is that going to be to the middle guy right here that you're standing in front of?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
But with the fastball, that is going to double it to 12.
Okay. Very good. Okay.
Awesome.
You do see that when you hit him square in the chest, you've already cracked through the outer shell, the armor, and start to see some of the circuitry in between. It seems that these guys aren't exactly, they're not exactly brick walls. Okay. They're, you guys are doing pretty good damage to you guys. You guys were the last time too. These are basically big. So, that ends your turn, Lily.
Yeah, I'm going to thumbs up Mayhem because that was awesome. And
Yeah.
that'll end my turn.
That was cool. All right, so that brings us to Cisco.
I am gonna use my elemental infusion on my staff, which I learned in the last round. Or not my last round, our last training session.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go in front of, and I'm gonna attack the one, and I'm gonna attack the one in the middle. Just swing him right in the chest.
And that's these guys down here, correct? The guys down there with you? Yeah, okay. All right, so go ahead and make it an attack for me.
Yes. I got a 10.
All right, so you say a 10 total?
Yeah.
Does anyone have a reaction to burn to help teammate? Okay. So, Green Knight distracts the bot from behind. Go ahead and roll with edge.
And that brings me up to 15.
All right, well, what's the damage on that?
It'll be a 13, so that being a fantastic, that'll multiply by 2.
By 2?
Yeah, that'll multiply it by 2, being a fantastic.
Okay. So, that ends up destroying him. Okay? As your elemental bash goes straight through your rod and everything, it just blows to smithereens as the electricity flows through it. Will that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. So, on the ground here, I've got 2 guys over here, Cisco. They're going to be making attacks at you. I got 2 guys that are going to be going up against, chasing after I'm just going to remove these guys for right now. Don't need them right now. Oh, can't control that guy. How about that? Haha. Alright, so these guys were going to basically take the place of those guys and come forward at the Green Knight. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 attacks at Jason, or Mayhem. I'm going to make 3 attacks at Green Knight. I'm going to make 2 attacks at Cisco. Guess how many attacks I'm going to give you, Lee? right, so first attack on Jason is going to be a 14. This is a melee.
Okay. So my melee defense score is 10.
Okay, so that hits. So it's going to be a total of 12 points of damage as the bot attacks you with its clawed appendage. The second one's going to miss you.
Well, that's helpful.
Okay, that is helpful. Okay, so John Peters does a 16 hit. Yes, you had 11, right? That's right. So that's going to be 2, 4. You're going to take 4 points with the damage reduction. Okay. The second one is going to miss. The third one is going to hit. Okay. This one's going to hurt a little bit. Okay. You're going to take 12 points of damage. This was a fantastic success. Okay. So it's going to be double damage. So it wallops you pretty good this time. Okay. Cisco. Ooh. So, Cisco, we made a fantastic failure here. Okay. I missed you. Okay. Alright. As he tries to punch at you, okay, you dodge out of the way. Okay. However, okay, we're gonna give edge to the guy that's right next to him. That's how I'm gonna negotiate that. So does an 11 hit?
So right there, like spot on.
Okay, so you're going to take a total of 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Low roll.
4 points.
4 points.
Okay.
All right, you guys are noticing that these bots over here are surrounding Lee up here, who is heroically charged forward at these bots. I'm gonna make some attacks, Lee. Okay, the first one's going to miss. Second one is going to miss. Third one does a 15 hit. This is melee. You're muted, Damon.
15 would hit, but I'm going to use my combat reflexes to quick phase.
All right. So you phase, and so you disappear.
Yeah.
And
Which I learned
okay.
in last session.
Very good. So you ended up phasing out of existence, essentially, or in between, like Kitty Pryde, turning invisible, and the strikes miss you. Very good. That is going to. So you actually lucked out there. Most of them rolled pretty low, and then the little reaction to save you from the potential disaster. Very good. That brings us to bottom of initiative, otherwise known as Chris's turn.
All right. I have a question.
Yeah.
This container right here on top, is it attached to the two below it, or is it just sitting on top?
This container right here.
Yes, the top one.
It's resting on top. We'll say.
Okay. I'm gonna let's check my movement. Movement, where are you? Movement. How far can I move?
What's your character sheet say?
What's my character? What?
No. What does it say in your character sheet?
So, is that under speed?
Yeah.
So it says run 5, climb 3, swim 3, levitation 5.
So 5, we're going to say that's 5 times 5. Okay.
So about 25 feet.
There you go.
All right, cool. Then I am going to move.
Were you wanting to do something with this cargo container?
I'm going to do something like that, but I'm going to move out of the way before I do it. I'm going to do it with that cargo container.
Very good. I had a feeling, so I went ahead and made it.
Yeah. I moved to here. I'm still in the air. And I'm going to move this cargo container, and I'm going to drop it on top of these two guys right here. Yes, exactly.
All right.
Literally, I'm gonna pick it up and throw it down on top of them.
Make a logic.
Nice.
You know, I really hope for a fantastic roll. That'd be great. Well, it's 15 standard.
That will hit. What's the total damage on that?
Give me 9 points again. But one of the two I did 9 points to last time. The other one I'm hitting for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping
that guy's crush.
I'm hoping that the container on top will at least pen the other one for at least a round or two.
That's what I'm going with. This is not going to destroy him, but it is going to hurt him. Okay. Okay, so it's going to take him to about half damage. Okay, and he's still up, but he's penned. Okay. Is that going to end your turn?
Hang on. Actions. So I moved and I attacked. I did that. All right. Yeah, that will be my turn. I do have a question.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine right now. That ends my turn.
Okay. All right. So that brings us back to the top of initiative with the Green Knight.
Yeah, I moved where I did so that it might take some of the attention off of one of my companions.
I'll keep swinging at the new boss in front of me. Go ahead and make an attack. 17 standard will hit. What's the damage on that? $17 points. So I'm going to go and say this guy right here, hasn't been damaged yet, is taking 17 points of damage. You do a significant amount of damage to it, ripping off one of its arms. Okay. Will that end your turn? Or cutting off one of the arms? Okay. Very good. That brings us to Lee on top of the warehouse here. You're in quite the predicament, surrounded. What are you going to do, Taekwondo Ghost?
I will kind of step behind one of the guys or phase through him, and then kind of use my ghost limbs to try to throw a punch.
So you phase out through him and behind him and make an attack, please.
Yeah. Ooh. A fantastic 12.
Okay, a fantastic 12. That will hit.
Hey. $14 times 2, 28.
Okay. So you actually take your ghost fist and punch straight through him and just rip him apart. Okay. And basically, as you go through them, you just kind of Martian Manhunter him.
Awesome.
Yeah. Ripping him asunder as you exit through the other side. Okay.
That's
okay, and that brings us to, if that ends your turn, of course.
Yes, that will end my turn.
Brings us to Cisco. You got a couple of guys in front of you, Cisco. Both of them minor damage. Looks like you got some damage going on there too. Well, what about it? What are you going to do?
I am going to kind of step back just a tad.
Okay.
And I am going to use my electrical burst again on the closest spot to me in between the storage containers.
Okay.
Just a second here to make my roll. Yeah, 15, fantastic.
Okay, that's definitely going to hit. What's the result of that?
14, 20, 28 points of damage.
And that's to this guy right here, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So when you hit him, that's with your staff, right? Electrified or something like that, right? Your staff has like electrical powers.
Yeah.
Okay, so as
It's almost like a lightning bolt now that I've used my elemental infusion. It's almost like a lightning bolt now.
Nice. So you hit him with it, and he just burst into sparks, and as it crumbles to the ground. Okay. All right. That in your turn.
Yep.
All right. So we still got some bots going on over here. This guy's working his way out from underneath the cargo container, and does so this turn. That's going to end up utilizing this turn doing so. We've got a bot over here. He's got a seeing you over there, John. Jason. I'm going to make an attack at you, Jason. Okay. Are you flying currently, Jason?
Yes.
Okay, so the bot is going to do an ego, okay, and he's not going to fly up to you, although he could. He's going to attack you with an elemental burst. Okay. That is going to be a total of a 14.
Okay. I'm wondering if can I do a reaction and try to dodge or escape the attack?
I believe that you can, actually. Let's look into that. So,
could he skulk behind one of the other robots?
You could also end up doing something of that nature. So let's look into some of your options real quick, okay?
Yep.
All right. I'm just going to bring up a character sheet.
I'm saying that because I need help right now. I'd like
you're hurting. Yeah, you're hurting.
I'd like to avoid getting hit.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you guys should have stayed in the plane. All right. So with a dodge, the character actively dodges to avoid incoming attacks. Any attack against the character have trouble until the character's next turn. You could do that, and I could roll with trouble or not. There's another option that he's talking about. Okay, all right, which is skulk. What skulk does is the trigger is triggered by a ranged attack, which is what this is. Okay.
Oh, I gotcha. I just read it. I like that better.
When someone basically you end up getting behind someone else. Okay, like don't hit me, hit this guy instead. Okay,
I can be like
moves 6 times 2 plus 2. Okay, that probably puts you down. So that's 14 points, which actually does enough
To put that guy down.
Put this guy down instead. All right.
Wicked.
Well done. And great, what's the word I was going to say? Advice there, Damon. Exploring different reaches of the game that have not been explored before. I've always looked at that, always wanted to do it, but, you never have the opportunity. He did.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, I seen it come up. I was like, oh, we could totally do that.
The range attack. That's what it always, yeah, because you were flying. So,
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, but that's not the end of our combat here. We've got a guy that's not injured at all, and he's going to attack at you. There, Jason. Sorry, not Jason. Doc, a.k.a. the Green Knight. Now, Green Knight, I rolled pretty good for this. I rolled a 16 on this, and I rolled a 6 of the damage. Okay? So that's going to mean that I'm going to be doing 8 points of damage to you with your damage reduction, unless you have something you'd like to do. Okay, you can totally dodge. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll. Okay, I can re-roll the marble die, which is a 6. Okay, was that what you'd like me to re-roll? Okay. The total is now a 3. Okay, and so I now still hit you. Okay, with a 15, but we reduce the damage significantly. Okay, so now it's going to be 5 points of damage. All right. You still with us there, bud? I know I've been nickeling and diming you. Okay, good. I was a little concerned, to be honest. He says it's just about fair. Okay, good. Okay. All right, so that brings us to our dudes up on the roof. Yeah, I'm gonna do their guys up on the roof. Okay, so one of them's gonna step forward on one side of you there, Damon. The other one's going to fly down here. Okay, and these guys are going to make elemental burst attacks at you, Lee. Okay, I'm going to make 2 different attacks. So the first one is going to come out to a 16 to hit.
Okay. I'm currently phased.
Oh! Well, okay. I'm going to re-roll this attack. Okay? And I'm going to point it in Brian's direction. Now that sucks. Because now I made a marble, and I'm not okay with that. Okay, so that really sucks. So okay, so I don't know if this is going to hit or not. I re-rolled that marble die just because that wasn't fair. So it's going to be a 6, 10, a 12, a 12 on the ego. Does that hit you there, Brian? I believe 11 was your target, right?
I'm going to use defense, yeah.
One more time?
That's what it was, yes.
11. Okay, so we've got 3 times 2, which is going to be 6 plus 2, which is going to be a total of 8 points of damage to you there, Brian. I got a guy that flew down.
But I'm going to use...
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to be using blank, though, and I'm going to teleport over on top of this storage.
Okay, very good. I like that. All right. See with this dude over here. He's gonna make his way up there on top of the storage container with you, and he's going to make a melee attack. Okay. This is going to be a total of a 12 to hit. Okay. The damage on it is a 2.
That'll hit.
Okay. So it's going to be a 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay. Plus 2, which is going to be 6. 6 points of blood. Okay. And that's going to, last attack is going to miss. It was an ego attacking down at our party down here at my Green Knight. The attacks came from above here. Okay. Up here on the top of the warehouse. That's going to end all my turns, which brings us to Bomb Initiative, which is Jason. Jason, what's going on?
I have a question. This guy right here that was attacking me is actually the guy from over here that moved, right?
One more time.
This guy right here that was attacking me, that I dodged out of the way of, he was the one that was injured that started out over here. Am I correct?
This guy has not been injured yet. Okay. And he was over here.
Okay. I thought the guy that,
way over here.
okay, so that
The guy that was underneath the cargo container made his move to get out from underneath the cargo container, but he's unable to do anything else. Okay.
Okay, then is this guy right here on the ground?
He is technically on the ground.
Okay.
He is landed. He landed there and made an attack at Cisco, which was like, nope, not today.
Okay. Well, I gotta ask if I have a question. Because what I want to do puts my my teammate in danger, so I would like to levitate him and I into the air, and then the container that I hit the other guys with, I want to drop on top of these two guys right here. Or the other option was I was going to use the container that these two guys are on top of and just swing it around to hit these two guys here. Either way, my buddy here is in the way, and I was going to levitate. If I could probably levitate both the guy on top, both of my teammates into the air, and then use this container to like slide over and smash into these two guys. It would probably send the other robot flying as well. That's kind of what I want to do. I don't know if I can do both things, levitate them up and move the containers.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
I'm just trying to figure out because I mean, I don't have to make a roll to levitate me. I'd have to make a roll to levitate them. And then I would have to make a roll to do the telekinetic attack. So I don't know if I can do both.
Okay. So you can only make one standard action.
So I may be able to move.
Unless you have.
But Cody says he has a reaction, so he may be able to move. So I can do one or the other. I can't do both.
Is that what you want? So what is the objective then?
Okay, I think what I want to do then, I want to move this container that I already moved once. And I want to turn it long ways so it's on top of the two guys that me and Cody are fighting right here. It would also block this guy from being able to take a direct attack on me. You have to move over here to do it. So that's what I'd rather do, is bring this here container over and drop it on top of these two robots that we're currently engaged with.
Okay.
I'll do that.
That works.
It's a logic. I'm rolling it now. And it's a 13 standard.
Okay. 13 standard will hit. Sorry.
All right, so it's 3. So it's 9 points to both of them. And if it worked out the way I wanted it to, the container would be on top of them. So
Okay.
I don't know how much damage they're taking.
Which guys are we focusing on? I want to make sure I'm doing the right guys here because
This one and this
right
one.
here. And this one.
That one and that one. So this container that I already used is on top of this guy and that guy.
All right, I'm okay with that. But because we got danger close here.
Yeah, that's why I was. And Cody said he had a reaction. He could probably move.
Okay. If Cody can get out of the way, I'm going to say that's fine.
All right.
He's really close to all that. Right?
I know.
All right. So, Cody, are you able, as you see that thing coming, okay, you have a reaction to move then? Is that correct?
He's typing.
Yep.
He's typing. And try to dodge or stroke it. Cool.
Okay. Well,
It had to be a dodge. Because the attack was not going to you, right?
it's not an attack at him. I'll tell you what. Cody, you roll me an agility check. And if your agility check is higher than the attack that Jason used to attack these guys, I'm going to allow you to get out of the way. And that's it. That target was a 13, if I believe. Right? All right, so that settles it. So you see it coming.
Can I use my reaction to help teammate so he has an edge on it?
Well, he was successful.
Okay, never mind then. All right.
Okay, and so that ends up hitting both of them. That one had not been damaged yet. Let's see this guy. I got a car container on him now.
I mean, storage containers are big metal objects. All
right, so what's the result of the damage on that?
It was 9 points to each of them.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and tack that onto each one of them. 9. And we're going to say that as a result of this, they are both pinned temporarily. Okay, underneath the carpet. Okay. Oop, I need 96. That is not correct. All right. Oop. There we go. So, cargo container back on them. Go back to sleep. All right. And is that going to end your turn there, Jason?
Yeah, I'm gonna land right here on the ground.
Okay.
That way I'm not in the air and a complete target for the guys on the roof of the warehouse.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
In fact, I'm gonna be like closer to the container. So only the guy on top of the container would have the ability to actually shoot me.
Okay. Very good. Now, I want to mention something there, bud. That you can use a karma point. Okay, you can't now because you used all your actions. So maybe next turn, if you're not incapacitated, you could use a karma point to try to regain some HP.
Okay. I don't have my karma says is a straight line. I don't have any karma.
You should have a karma level 1 because you're a rank 1. Okay. Anyway, it's just one of those things you can utilize in order to do your deal. And you guys also have a team maneuver that we've never actually explored before. So let's go ahead and say that now. Do you guys want to use rally as a team maneuver this turn, which would give you the ability to basically use a karma point that you don't have, without having to use it. Unless you guys would like a different one. Technically, this is one of those things we're supposed to do beforehand, but a little bit hairy here. You guys want to reserve the right to utilize a team maneuver? Okay. All right. So You guys could end up doing that if you guys so choose, but I'm going to leave that all up to you guys. Okay, it's not
So Cody said yes, that the healing may help.
well, he is one of 4 people.
Yeah.
It takes a team.
I'm without knowing how it affects the rest of the play and if it's something we can only do once and all that, I'm okay with it, especially if I get to use a karma point to heal some health because I'm down to 8 points.
It would be the same as you using a karma point, okay, without actually losing the karma point.
Oh, okay. I'm cool with it. If
But we'll have to explore that. Okay. Is that what you guys want to do here on the beginning of this initiative? Go ahead and utilize a team maneuver.
Yeah, we could rally.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So everyone, go ahead and utilize your team maneuver. Okay. If you want to spend that towards your focus or your health, you can. And Damon, if you want to just real quick, I know that those rules have changed recently, and you are very proficient with those rules. Can you help us out?
So my team is not active.
Go ahead, Damon.
If you're rolling for HP, you want to roll for your resilience. If you're rolling for focus, it's your vigilance. It's a classic 616 roll. Your target number is 10. If you succeed 10 or above, you use the Marvel dice only and multiply that by your rank. That's how we get our HP recovery. If you do roll a fantastic, you do get back double.
Okay. So roll the resilience and needs to be above the result has to be above a 10. And then the Marvel die is the health you get back. If it's a fantastic, it's double.
Yes.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah, they nerfed it a little bit from the original print, but I think it's because there's a lot of powers and abilities like do this all day and regain focus that are primarily targeted towards those types of abilities. So it encourages players to explore those power sets and gain some of those powers, and it's actually a decent nerf.
So I roll a 14 standard. So
Nice. It definitely makes powers like that more, reasonable. Like, why would I even worry about healing if I can just, in his turn, just regain all my HP? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So he ended up, Cody said he rolled a fantastic, so he got back 12. Hopefully you guys all ended up getting a little bit of HP back. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as a team maneuver, does that utilize our standard action for that turn, or can you guys still go ahead and take your standard attacks on your turns?
I'm not 100%. It just says it could be done only once per battle.
I'm going to say that this is going to be a gimme. Okay, that because we just went ahead and did this all at the top of this initiative, we are going to go ahead and regain our deals as though we used a karma point. We're not using a karma point. We're using the rally action. Okay, so that's going to bring us top of initiative, which will be the Green Knight. Okay. 17 standard will hit. So you're talking about one of the ones that are on the ground underneath the cargo container? Or we talk? Correct. Okay, very good. So I'm just going to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're just going to attack this guy over here with your standard 17. What is the total of damage? 17. Okay. It looks like it has taken a lot of damage. Once again, you've ripped asunder another arm. Okay. As the arm ends up falling to the ground. Will that end your turn? Okay, nice. All right, that brings us to Lee. Lee, you're up on top of that warehouse still. And still some bots up there trying to give you the troubles. What are you gonna do?
All right. I'm going to drop my phase. Drop concentration on the phase ability. In my standard action to activate my attack stance and kind of holler out to the robots as I do my little taekwondo poses. Yeah, just kind of, get myself positioned a little bit to where, I can engage them a little better.
Okay. So you want to make your way down?
I want to stay on the roof with the three. Just kind of position myself to where I can see all three of them, and
we'll say you take a step back. Is that what you're trying to do, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you definitely have all three in front of you. All three of those guys. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I will hold my reaction, so that will end my turn.
Okay. Focus on defense. I like it. All right. That brings us to Cisco. Cisco, you got this bot right across from you on top of this cargo container. Daring you. What would you like to do?
I am gonna use hit and run.
Are you?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run towards him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just get him at the legs, and then I'm gonna slide off the other end of the container back onto my feet into safety.
Okay. What's the total of the attack?
Yes, 16. Fantastic.
All right. Roll me or what's the result of the damage for that? Fantastic.
26.
26. Nice.
And that'll also leave him stunned for 1 round as well.
Well, unfortunately, no, sir. It's not going to leave him stunned. It's going to leave him dead. So
okay.
as you go and kick or use your staff, sorry, trying to find the right word, and end up taking out the leg from underneath him as you dip down off, he loses his balance, okay, and tumbles off the side of the container, okay, ends up landing on his head and destroys his CPU, and he is no more.
Awesome.
Cisco, that end your turn?
I'm just gonna be like, that's what you get for challenging me.
Right.
And then that'll end my turn.
Move some of these damaged bots off of here, or destroyed bots off of here, just to clear up the area. All right, and that brings us to the bots. I think this is a great time for phase 2. What do you guys think?
Phase 2.
Oh
yeah.
I didn't tell you about phase 2?
No.
No.
Yeah. Cue up the gothic Latin.
Right?
So as you guys are battling in the top of this facility, you guys can hear the battle from below. And you can hear Quasimodo. Oh dear, My creation is too much for you. Perhaps I miscalculated. I assumed Xavier would have changed you better, referring to the expert down below. Suddenly a boom echoes from below, shaking the walls. You can see that the warehouse itself begins to crumble. Okay. And from the you can see those little pieces of the broken automatons, the little arms and legs that you've been breaking off. The even some of the damaged pieces seem to suddenly, like I just kind of scooped it kind of off the field, where they are in fact going off the field. But
I got a bad feeling they're creating themselves a new big giant thing.
a big giant thing, whatever would give you that idea?
Well,
They're gonna Voltron.
it's the Cars Voltron, though, not the Lions. The Lions would be unbeatable. These are the Cars. Cars are just pieces parts.
So, from the structure, you see this bot emerge from the warehouse.
You just enlarge that token so we could see it, right?
No, sir.
No, that's
No,
just
sir.
a little. He's a little guy.
He's a little guy. So you can see as these little bots begin molding together and end up the little arms and legs, like I said, begin scurrying around as this bot comes onto the field, emerging out of the warehouse as the warehouse crumbles beneath. The X-Men, you don't know where they are. They, of course, are buried beneath the rubble. Okay? And those arms and legs are slowly making their way towards this large bot, assimilating, making it even larger as we speak. It's my own form of rally. I'm just kidding.
No.
They're rallying.
What about the other robots that are here? Are they rallying to it too? That'd be great.
No, they're good. They're good. They like you guys. They don't.
No, they should rally right along with it.
Should they?
Yeah, one target.
All right.
So is this like the size of a sentinel or something?
You can say that, roughly. Roughly the size of a sentinel.
Awesome. This is so cool. Well?
Oh, what's that? You hear the sound of a few familiar voices ring out as Danny Rand says, "I'm glad you can make it." Okay. And you turn to see that Danny Rand, the Iron Fist, charges forward, attacking at this particular robot, smashing it to pieces. Okay. Nightcrawler disappears into smoke and appears right up on top of this one and smashes it to pieces with his sword.
Is that Daredevil?
I don't know, is it?
It looks like Daredevil too.
I don't know. I never heard of a Daredevil before. That's absurd. So you hear, you see Matt Murdock come forward, and as this the bot is underneath the little cargo container, ends up destroying it. Okay.
Awesome.
I mean,
yes, there's a big bot, but you guys got help.
Big bot.
Well, Danny wouldn't send you all the way out here to fend for yourselves, would he? That would just be.
We had this under control.
Oh, totally. I see that. Totally.
We had them right where we wanted them.
As you say that, Nightcrawler looks around and says, "I can see that."
Trust me, dude.
Started with 14 robots.
All right. So where were we? I think we were. That was the bottom.
And before he was ready.
That brings us to bottom of initiative, which is actually Jason.
Well, really? Okay. I'm gonna take this container and smash it up against this container to finish that robot off.
Make me a logic.
Yeah, this is here we go. It's a 17 standard.
That will
Let's
do something. Let's see how much.
4, 8. It's gonna be 11 points of damage.
Okay. You see that you've done a significant amount of damage to it, and it had already been trying to climb out from underneath, and you have pinned him up against the other one. Okay, so it's going to take him even longer to get out. He was just about 3, but now
I did 9 points to him last time.
Yes, and now 11 brings him up to a total of 20. These particular robots throughout this encounter have been taking up to 30 points of damage before they expire.
Okay. Yeah. So, I like smashing robots. That's fun.
Smashing robots is always fun.
Well, in my turn.
All right.
That ends my turn.
Okay. That brings us top of initiative with the Green Knight. Green Knight. There's a new a robot in town. What are you gonna do? And that particular bot here underneath the container is still functioning. And you definitely would have edge for the attack because it's pissed. You're going to make your way towards the big one. Okay?
He's like, just you know, that guy, I got him. So I'm going to fight the big one.
Okay. So I'm basically just having you just kind of move this way and then move that way, trying to charge your way in. Okay? Is that going to end your turn? Okay. And what was the result of the attack on that last bot? You did have edge on it.
No. I am eating. I will feed you after I'm done eating. Okay, go somewhere.
20 points will expire that bot. Okay. That bot is destroyed as well.
That's too bad.
Yeah. So there's the 3 bots up top, and of course the big bot. And let's see. Next up is Lee. Lee, that bot is taller than the warehouse. Okay, so you can still see it basically at chest level as it's standing up through the warehouse itself. Okay,
That's not good.
and like I said, the warehouse itself was about 30 to 40 feet tall. So if it's about waist level to chest level, that puts it upwards of 60 to 80 feet tall.
Dang. All right. Well, there's still all the little bots. So
all 3 of them.
Right, yeah, I'm gonna dash up to that first guy and just use my phantom limbs, all my hands I got there, just try to take this guy out.
Okay.
Make an attack.
This guy right here. Plus
Yes.
1 to you.
$20 standard.
20 will hit.
All right. That'll be 16 melee.
Okay. So as you taekwondo him up with one of your ghostly kicks, you can once again see that you have cracked through the outer shell of its armor, exposing the electrical innards as it begins to spark, and you can see some of the arcing of electricity, showing that you've been doing you did a significant amount of damage in one strike over half his health.
Yes.
Will that end your turn?
Yes, that will end my turn.
Okay. All right, that brings us to Cisco. Cisco, a giant bot that seems to be comprised of parts of these other bots, has climbed up out of the warehouse, towering above the field of battle. What would you like to do?
I am gonna move down over by a nightcrawler.
Yeah.
I am gonna try and create a tornado underneath these two bots near the edge of the roof.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That'd be a 15 standard.
15 standard to create a tornado right here. You are successful and trapping them both in the tornado.
Cool. That'll do 4 points of damage.
Okay. 4 points of damage as they're both hoisted up into the air.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. We're just going to go ahead and just say that that's your little tornado of terror.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
Here's your tornado of terror. I'm just kidding. Let's see if I can make a better one. Let me just do this. They're crazy. Why not? That's a good looking tornado, right? Not at all. It gets ugly.
That looks great.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah,
at it
man.
from the top down, you know?
Uh-huh. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna grab that.
Oh wow, they got thrown to the bottom. They're in the tornado of souls. So Megadeth
No.
song right there.
Not intended. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so here's your little tornado. And you did 4 points of damage each one. That end your turn, you said? Right?
Yes. They did.
Yep.
All right. So Lee, the bot right there in front of you, is going to try to attack at you. Are you phased again? Say no, but I'm about to be.
No, I am currently unfazed and I'm holding my attack stance, so
Okay.
this might go through.
It is a total of a 12 to hit.
I have a defense of 14.
Okay. All right. So you end up seeing its attack and dodge out of the way as it swings over your head. The robot that's up top is going to begin firing out some laser blasts. Okay. So I'm gonna attack at each one of you. So that's the wrong thing. Here we go. And beam. So I'm gonna make an attack at you there. Lee,
That's pretty freaking scary. I just want you to know that.
you know what's... No, that's not scary.
Oh, phase 3 is going to be scary. That's what you're going to tell me.
Is this an ego attack or agility?
That's what's scary.
That's scary.
Check the camera.
Oh, shit.
That's a 616.
Wow.
That's 3 6s.
Yeah. That's like a natural 20. I just rolled a natural 20. So,
That's evil.
now then, okay. So what's going to end up happening as the beam ends up shooting at you, okay, and you are dead to rights. Okay. You see a puff of smoke. And you and Nightcrawler end up on this cargo container over here. Sorry, I can't grab Nightcrawler with that thing. But I can there. So you guys see as Nightcrawler disappears and reappears on top of this cargo container with Lee. Okay? As he just, uses a reaction to get you out of danger. Okay? And because dang, that was gonna be like, okay, so you want to roll a new character?
I was going to use my reaction to skulk behind that robot.
Okay. Let's see.
Should be me.
Well, I need to attack at this guy right here. Making another laser beam attack at this guy right here.
From who?
Oh, shit. This guy right here. Sorry, Brian's character. Brian.
No, I mean, who's attacking him? The robot.
Lord. Okay.
Yeah, the big robot.
Chris.
The robot in the middle of the
I
roof?
just state at the beginning of this turn that my big robot over here is going to make laser beam attacks at each one of you.
Okay, I missed that part.
Okay. All right.
I am on the ground behind a container.
Great. I'll have to have roll, a little bit worse against you. Okay. It does a total of 6, 9. Okay, I know you have an 11 for your defense there, Brian, so I'm not going to ask you. Yeah, I will ask you, is there anything you'd like to do before I hit you with a laser beam attack?
I will use flank, and I'll go in between these cargo containers for cover.
Okay, so next up, I've got a laser beam attack firing at my friend, the Green Knight. Okay? Alright. And we're going to fire at the Green Knight here. Green Knight total attack. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord.
Are you killing us right now?
I'm not trying to. Do you know how? Okay, so I've literally used reactions from some of my other guys I didn't dictate in order to get rid of Marvel die. I have rolled Marvel on each one of my attempts with this big monstrosity so far.
Cool. Get all your system before he attacks me.
So I'm using Edge in order, or not Edge. I'm using reactions from my little guys to give them trouble to make them re-roll those. Because out. 7, 10. All right, so 14 to hit you there, Green Knight. 14 would hit a total of 3. 5 points of damage to you because you're. Oh wait, no, I'm not rolling damage for that. He has a 3, 6, 9, 12. 1 minus 1, so that's going to be a total of 9 plus 4. you're going to take 13 points of damage from that beam attack. And one more I'm going to make at you there, Jason. Okay. Now, because you had mentioned already,
I made a point that I was on the ground behind that container for this very reason.
Yes, I understand. I am going to roll with trouble.
Yeah, cool.
Does a 12 hit.
By one.
Okay. So the beam attack just pierces straight through the actual container itself, targeting you on the other side regardless. Okay. Ignoring the cargo container as it burns through it, doing a total of... Oh, I can't. Move on. Daredevil is going to charge over and knocks you out of the way. Okay? Just to try to... and he ends up taking the damage from that beam attack. Okay? So he basically doesn't interpose. Okay? Knocking you out of the way, taking the damage. Sensing that you could not take... that you are already pretty well hurt. Okay?
Yeah.
So you see that he takes a little bit of damage. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not in great shape.
Yeah. So he took one for the team there. Now then, with my little heroes that are on the board, we're going to charge forward with Iron Fist.
Are they all moving before me?
They are all moving on my initiative, which I have a static initiative of 10.
Got it.
You go after I do.
No problem.
Okay. Nightcrawler is going to go ahead and teleport forward and attack at the creature, doing a minor amount of damage to it. Okay. Iron Fist is going to charge forward, trying to get into range of the creature or the robot as he bounds up on top of the warehouse, striking at this particular guy and bringing his reign of terror to an end. Okay.
Too bad.
All right. And so that will bring us to the bottom of initiative, which is you, Jason.
All right. That neat little light in the middle of his chest that keeps launching laser blasts. That's what's launching the laser blast, right?
Okay. Yes.
Is that what it is?
No.
No.
So I've got you can't really. He's got a number of different little sensors and arrays and stuff like that because he's an amalgamation of all these other bots. Right. So he has like laser cannons that are attached to him from different bots that have been firing at you with their own laser cannons. Okay, they're little elemental blast things. Okay, well basically he's got a whole bunch of those.
Okay, well I'm going to target. I'm going to use the container I've been throwing around, and I'm going to target right about here. In that spot between his legs and his upper torso. I'm going to try to hit him with enough force to break him into like 4 or 5 major pieces.
That'll work. I'm going to say that after this, that cargo container is gone. You're okay to use a different cargo container, but this one has been through the ringer. Now,
I would use a different one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just pretty smashed up. That's all I'm saying. It's just pretty smashed up. I was trying to think how many attempts I'm going to have you use with this cargo container force. No longer usable that way. Hey, this will be your last strike. It's fine. Now make your ego attack.
Please be decent. It's logic, but yeah, let's please be fantastic. Please. Oh, it's a 13.
Does anyone want to give him edge? Does anyone have an edge to give? Okay. You can roll with edge, but you're going to need a little higher than the 13.
Okay. Are you kidding me?
What's the total?
Am I doing this right? I hit reroll, right?
Reroll, then select the die that you want to reroll, then hit reroll again. And hit roll again, I'm sorry. Yeah. So you launch the cargo container at him, and
I got the exact same result.
okay. So Cody was willing to give you edge as well, which will give you double edge.
Well, that's better. I got a 17 that time.
You need to hit at least a 14. So you managed to hit him. Okay? Well done.
All right, so the damage is going to be 11 points.
Okay. So the cargo container flies forward and lodges or hits him right into the abdomen as you had dictated, but then is smashed to pieces. Okay.
I'll just start using. There's plenty of cargo containers. I'll use another one.
Okay. You do that.
Do I want to move? I think I want to move.
Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to penalize you with the cargo container. I'm just trying to,
Oh, I get it. I beat that friggin' cargo container into a little.
You did.
I'm gonna move to. Damn it. I'm gonna move around and behind this cargo container. And I want to be up against the cargo container underneath my buddy here.
Okay.
Hoping that maybe with all the stuff going on, maybe part of this giant monstrosity has lost track of me.
Okay.
And that ends my turn.
Very good. So as this thing continues to, lay down devastation upon the battlefield, firing out its little various beams and so forth, we got the Green Knight. It is your turn. Charging forward onto the battlefield. If you wanted to, you could charge forward and make an attack against the creature from behind the warehouse. We'll say that you just make your way over here. This part of the warehouse doesn't really exist anymore. Okay. All right. You attack at the leg of one of it. Okay, one of its legs. We're just going to put you right over there. Okay. All right, Cody. Okay. You made a 20 with fantastic, so go ahead. 40 points of damage. Very good. So you make a large gash into the creature or the robot. Okay. And make an attack again. Very good. Going to spend 5 focus. Okay. Okay. All right. So you hit it the second time as well with total damage. 20 points. Very good. And that brings us to, unless there's anything else you'd like to do, Cody. I'm going to take that as a no. So you start laying into it with your sword, chopping away at its leg, and you begin actually making some progress, actually chopping it into it both times. Your first one takes a huge gash, and your second strike hits through it again. You feel like you're almost completely through the leg when, more bots end up basically forming up, and you can see that its leg is beginning to heal from before. Okay. Lee.
All right.
It has a damage reduction as well, so it's kind of odd.
Out of my two nearest teammates there, Cisco and Jason, who's looking more beat up out of the two of you guys?
Probably Jason.
I got a health of 26, so
I have 12.
All right, well then Lee will run over to Jason and spend his karma point to provide a vigilance recovery check.
Okay, so you make your way over to Jason, and do a recovery check for him.
Yeah. Do I roll that or does he roll that? How do you want to roll that?
I'm gonna go with.
I mean, I'm spending the karma point, but he's making the recovery check.
Then you make the recovery check. Therefore, you will make the roll there, Chris.
Okay.
Basically, just run over and
So,
dust him off, make sure he's all right. Yeah.
what's the base roll you need is 10, right?
Yes.
So I rolled a 10, and my marble die was a 6, which is great. So I'm going to get 7 points back.
All right.
Hey,
So
that's something.
All right. Very good. At least that's a little more to the good.
I'm like not totally like scared and hiding behind the. I feel like I can actually move out and attack something now.
Very good. All right,
so I will
go
hold
ahead.
on to my reaction, and that'll end my turn.
Very good. Okay. That brings us to Cisco. This looming threat in the warehouse. All the robots seem to be on the ground, other than the ones that are swept up in your tornado.
I am gonna run up onto the roof next to Danny Rand, like he did. And I am gonna use my electrical burst again, but I'm gonna hit him dead center right in the what I assume is the power core, that bright red light.
Okay. Okay, make an attack.
I got a 14.
And you're continuing to concentrate on the whirlwind?
I'm using my electrical burst on Big Boy.
What I'm asking is that tornado still working?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So does the tornado do additional damage as well?
Yes.
All right. So what's the total damage to us to this one
that'll be
particular?
It remains a 4.
4. What about your strike just now? What did you hit him with?
I hit him with my roll for him was a 14, and the damage for him was a 4.
Okay. And so what about the tornado? It also does 4 points, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It's all tallied. Very good. I'll move the little thing back. Okay. Okay. All right. And that ends your turn.
Yep.
Okay, so as these bots are just swirling around in the tornado, you just happen to whack it as it swings by, as you said in the power cord. So, okay, you see that electrical discharge begins to murmur as you've broken through the outer shell of the armor, exposing the innards. Seeing that the wiring and so forth, and a bit of the arcing looks like maybe you may have done some damage to the battery. You don't really know. Okay, will that end your turn?
Yes. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Very good. Okay. So with that, Nightcrawler ends up making an attack against the creature. Iron Fist charges forward with his glowing fist of rage and attacks at the creature. Daredevil gets down here and comes over to try to render assistance to you guys, telling you guys got to get out of danger's way. Okay. The bot up here is going to make an attack. Okay, I'm going to make a melee attack. One at the Green Knight that stands at its feet. Okay. Ooh, man, this thing, every time I roll for this guy, it's a mark. Okay, so it's 5 plus 6, 11. Plus 4 is a 15. So that's going to hit, correct? All right. So, all right. For that, it's going to be 6 times 4. Okay, minus 1, so 6 times 3. So that's 18 plus 4, total of 22. 22 points of damage there, Cody. I'm going to make an attack again. Okay. The Nightcrawler. Yeah. Nightcrawler ends up using his reaction to teleport out of the way of the strike as it crashes into the top of the warehouse here instead. Iron Fist's turn now. Oh, he ends up whacking the Iron Fist, and the Iron Fist goes flying off of it with another marvelous success for this robot once again. Okay, and he goes flying into this cargo container down here. Okay, smashing into it. Okay. At that point in time, Jason, it is your turn. What would you like?
Which cargo container did he fall into?
Right here, right, the one right in front of you.
Okay.
One you're hiding behind.
I'm going to get on top of this container, and I'm going to lift this container up, and I'm going to fly it. I'm going to take it over the top of him.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw it down on top of him.
Okay. So I believe by using your grip, you can go ahead and move the thing, and then next turn you'll be able to launch it unless you have the ability to use both actions.
So I could either throw it from where I'm at, or pick it up, move it, then drop. Then I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to come. I'm going to move this thing right above him.
Okay.
And I'm between the containers between the two of us, and I'm not like right above him. I want to get as high above him as I can. Anyway, I'll make my roll for that.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
I have a fantastic. I have a 20 fantastic.
20 fantastic. Very good.
Now my other question is, could I have just thrown it at him from there?
Yeah, you can throw it. Okay, but if you wanted to hoist it up above him and then drop it, that's completely different. But if you just want to lob it at him,
I'll just throw it at him again.
okay.
That way, I'm not like. I start thinking about the fact I'm going to be right above him with all those robots that will shoot me.
They're just two different actions. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just
one is just grabbing it and moving it. Okay, and then next turn we're gonna take it like up and then drop it from the stratosphere type of thing, you know. And the other one is we're gonna just lob it at them. But just go ahead and make your logic. You need to succeed.
Well, I made the roll.
Okay, 14 or higher. What's the result?
20.
Okay, and what's the damage?
So with the fantastic, I double it, right?
Yeah.
So the Marvel die becomes a 12.
No, not that kind of thing. You're gonna double your damage output. Okay.
It's a 6. Okay, all right. 6 plus 4 is 10. Times 2 would be 20, but doubled. It would be 40 points of damage.
Okay. Total of 40 points of damage as you lob this cargo container right into its chest. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I am going to take Daredevil's advice, and I'm going to move behind this container and kind of try to be practice the art of not being seen.
So,
as I prep this new container for launching.
Alright. So, the Nightcrawler, okay, is standing on the roof as this large behemoth of a creature raises both of its arms up above him in the air in order to hammer fist, smash down upon Nightcrawler. And as it does so, you guys see a burst of crimson light coming up from below him.
Cyclops!
You recognize it immediately as Cyclops. Okay? The burst actually bursts through the creature, and
oh, too bad. I was
just enough to bring the creature down. Okay.
I was just beginning to like that guy.
That was all.
He said,
Right when I seen the beam coming up, I kind of figured that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's the end of the robot as we know it.
Yeah.
Okay. So as the burst of energy from below, as the Black Knight, Wolverine, and Jean Grey, of course, emerge from below, and Cyclops thanks Jean for using her psychic shield to shield them from the debris that came down falling upon them. Okay? Then it was just a matter of time of them being able to free themselves. Okay? And of course, doing so in dramatic fashion. That's the way I have my intention for ending this particular little soiree right here. Okay? As the creature smashes to pieces or gets split in half and falls asunder, you hear the sounds of Quasimodo's voice cut off as it says, "I'll get you next time," kind of thing. And from there, I need a cigarette.
He needs a cigarette. That was not a quickie, that was a longie.
No, we just stay here watching the robot smoke a cigarette.
I could take you with me outside. Do I have that power?
So I fly myself and my companions over here to where the crew is. Because I can grab all this. I bring us all over to here. I figure the four of that. I'll grab all four of the three of them, and bring us all over to where the bosses are.
Okay.
Yeah, if they need any help climbing out of the rubble, I'll give a phantom limb. I'll give a hand.
Yeah, you guys go over to assist them, bringing them out of the deal. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I added the ability to levitate a group and transport an entire group of friendlies. I could probably do it to the bad guys. The character can lift others into the air too. Yay! So if we had to, if we needed to get away, I could just grab everybody and fly us the hell out of here.
Give me just a moment, guys.
Oh, you have two moments.
1, 2.
That was seconds. But like Khan gave Kirk 2 minutes, so we'll give Patrick 2 minutes.
Whole thing is I need cigarettes. Well, when I drink too much, and I gotta get up anyway, so I may as well go out in the woods. Because I'm just a hillbilly living on.
I'm just a hillbilly living out in the woods.
Yeah.
Living out in the woods. Did you make this map today?
No, I made this last week.
Cool.
Man.
I like it.
I generated that map. I didn't create that map myself. I generated that map with ChatGPT. Or the Dale art thing. I'm not going to take credit for something I didn't do. A lot of the artwork I end up providing for you guys, like all the tokens of you guys, I end up generating by the descriptions you gave me. And of course, as I go through and I create the various games, I utilize different descriptions and stuff like that, just brainstorming with it, and then helping to basically explain to it what I'm wanting, and then just nitpick it until it gives me what I want.
We're AI art constructs.
Right.
Not only we had a robot create us, and then we went to fight robots.
Yeah, it was kind of fun because I'm using AI to create AI enemies for you. Yeah. I thought it was kind of funny when you guys first started kind of coming on the trail of this Quasimodo that you... Alright, that'll do. That'll do, bud. Okay. That you were like, this has an Ultron feel to it. So something I discovered, Quasimodo's older than Ultron. Before there was an Ultron, there was Quasimodo. Right. This artificial intelligent being that was creating artificial intelligent creatures, okay, but at the whim of someone else. Same thing. This was originally created by Kirby and Lee. Stan Lee and you get it. All right.
Yeah.
Ultron was actually born a couple of years after the whole Quasimodo thing. I can't help but think that maybe a little bit of inspiration from Quasimodo for this AI creating AI.
Wasn't this guy in the Captain America movie one or something?
Quasimodo,
that bunker, and he was in the computer in the bunker.
That might have been a representation
Zola.
of Quasimodo would have been, but no.
The one when he was actually in a computer, I would think if that was Quasimodo, that would be Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
No, it wasn't actually Quasimodo. That's a different character altogether. Quasimodo was never a human being. Quasimodo was always a construct.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking that was him.
Okay. Yeah, but that particular person was the consciousness of an actual person that was put into a computer. Now, Quasimodo is an artificial intelligence being. It's not the consciousness of a living being.
Yeah.
But anyway, he had certain limitations. There was only so much he could actually do, as his programming would only allow him to do so much. It kept him under certain constraints. He couldn't just do like he's doing now, which is interesting. But as you guys make your way back onto the X-wing, or not, I keep wanting to call it the X-wing.
The Blackbird.
Yeah, the X-Men Blackbird. Okay, and end up flying home. You know, they talk about some of the things that they had discovered. You know, of course, the same name came up again within the records that they had found before all this stuff kind of went out. Okay, that same name came up again. You guys remember the name?
No.
I don't have my notes in front of me.
Jody said Red Lord.
Red Lord, no, well, yes, tying it to the Red Lord, but not the Red Lord himself. That same phony name. Okay. You guys also notice that after all this is said and done, the manager that helped the X-Men go down into the area in which they were trapped and whatever, he's nowhere to be found. He is long gone. Okay.
Right.
You guys make your way back to the mansion, though. Okay. And as you guys end up getting in, and you guys are some of you are making your way down to the infirmary to have your injuries looked at and so forth. Jason.
Yep.
Okay. You're notified by Beast, that's actually tending to your wounds, says that while you were here, somebody stopped by with some information about a missing person, something about your sister.
I look up quickly. I'm like, okay. Well, who was it?
An investigator in Hell's Kitchen. She goes by the name Jessica Jones.
Did she leave any a contact number or a card or something?
He actually does pull out a card and give it to you with a phone number, and of course the name Jessica Jones investigation, and so forth. Hand you that. Okay.
Yep.
And that was essentially what I had intended for your guys' session. Okay. A little bit of a precursor for things to come. Okay, for next week. And I hope that you guys all had a good time playing with me tonight. I always do. Of course, a little nervous and had some technical issues at the beginning, the setup. But all in all, I had a good time. I hope you guys did too.
Yeah, it was a fun session.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it.
Well,